Okay, hey, it's the Expert Layman, and I'm doing a stream out of the blue because I was testing something and it doesn't seem real. It doesn't seem like I should be able to do what I'm about to do on the stream. Just give me a second to make sure my stream actually starts, which it doesn't. There it goes. Let me switch screens. Sure. And here's what I did different. I spent a lot of time trying to decide whether to go with Force of Will, which seems pretty awesome, or the Spiritual Healing, which is awesome, but only for healing. And, you know, obviously the other one is only for damage, and this one is only for healing. But that doesn't really fit with, like, the philosophy of the spec. I want to make myself as good as possible at both. And this does that. Spirit Tap gives you a 100% chance to gain a 100% bonus to your spirit after killing a target that yields experience or honor. For the duration, your mana will regenerate at 50% rate while casting. Lasts 15 seconds. So you combine that with meditation, allows 30% of your mana regeneration to continue while casting. And what you end up with is me being at about 1100 mana per 5 while casting, as long as I can kill something every 15 seconds, and my time to kill, at least on the stuff up here, is about 6 seconds. And then the rest is, you know, another, 5 or 6 seconds to get to the next target. And I just chain pull. And I did a recording, did it for like 15 minutes, and I'm like, you know, maybe I'll just go ahead and do this live. I have not checked the audio on my stream yet. Give me just a second here. Hey, caught myself in the middle of a vocalized pause. What are the odds? Hey, just checking stream stuff. Okay. I think we are good. Everything seems solid. Oh, I needed to go back to the... You know what? I'm not going to go back to the main screen because you are going to want to watch these numbers, so I'm going to find one by itself. Oh, I should buff. Wait, which screen am I on? Am I still on the side? Well, I suppose I can switch it back just while I get there. Yeah, it's wild. Like, I can't run out of mana. As long as I, have stuff to keep pulling. You look like a good candidate. I'm going to switch back over to the side screen, where I will leave up my character sheet. Right now you'll notice the mana regen is 545 for 5 spell damage. When I kill something, that will go a little nuts. Oh, what the hell, I'll go ahead and pop trinkets. So that's pretty respectable, almost 1,000 damage and like 1,700 healing. Of course, that's with the 2 trinkets at the same time. Now watch what happens on the kill. 3, 2, 1. I am now up considerably, and 873 per 5 while casting. While casting. Get a little bit more spirit, get another like 70 spirit, and that will be 200 mana per second while casting. Shoot. I don't have the other screen set up. But the Smite is 385. So what I think I'm going to do now is I will switch back to the center screen and find a good path where I can just roll through a bunch of them. I had one, but I think I may have lost track of it while I was setting up for the stream. There's like a nice valley that I just go through and just mow through them one after another. Yeah, I think that's it. I will look for something after the stream, but I'm pretty sure nobody's doing this. Because nobody does the spirit build that I know. I do. It's extremely difficult, and you have to consider a bunch of stuff that normal people wouldn't. And I mean normal people in the best possible sense. You kind of have to be an autistic weirdo. But it's entirely possible. This is well known, but it seems like I would have heard about it. Okay, so I gotta put the screen down. So yeah, I would say just watch my magical mana come back. I think there's a bunch of them here, aren't there? I'm only seeing one. Oh no, there's one. Okay. Well, let's do this. I haven't even hit Spirit Tap yet, and my regen is like palpable. And I'm back up. By the time I get my next cast off, I'm back to full. And I can even, you know, keep the bubble up. Because usually the bubble is what costs you money. Or mana. Mana. A form of currency. Spirit Tap just ran out now. And it's back up again. The Spirit Tap gives you mana too. Just their spell damage. What was it, like 300 damage and healing every time the Spirit Tap pops? Like, it really feels like something is broken here. And you might say, well, yeah, that's really good on single targets, but what are you going to do when you're fighting a bunch of stuff? Well, let's see. You know what? I think I won't even wait for my trinkets. I'm just going to bubble up. Okay, maybe not him. Only two? I'm not pulling out the Holy Nova for two. Now, I didn't think spell power affected... Well, that's just annoying. Okay, well, I will use it now just because I'm lazy. 600 crit on my single target Holy Nova. Just, you know, it might need a little touch up on the healing anyway. Yeah. Let's do an AoE pull. Come on, boys. Probably should pop those trinkets later. But I've lost my props, so I'm going to go ahead and kill one of these guys first. Oh wow, I did not get a flash of light proc on that. Okay, now I got a kill. Huh. Stingy on the flash of light procs. Yeah, I'm down a little bit. And here's the other thing. Like, by the time I get done looting... Yeah. Yeah, it feels like I may have broken something. And my gear isn't even that great. Oh wait, this person's annoying, as I recall. They have like an interrupt or a knockback or something. Oh no, they have like a damage debuff they put on you that like... Haha. You did it late. What was the thing I was gonna look at? I was gonna do something, I can't remember what it was now. Yeah, it's wild. Like, I never thought that the best farming character could be a priest. But just killing stuff quickly and never running out of mana? And being a healer? I ran into that elite robot out here earlier and just smoked him. Kinda hoping to run into him again. And, like, there's no point, like water, what's that? Oh, I probably should have bubbled. Oh, that was rude. Oh, get your freaking bubble on. So the problem now is not the build. It's me. Just take a second and check something. Like, the only thing I ever had that was even close to this, at one point, I was an original vanilla WoW. I was on my hunter, and I got attacked while I was drinking, and something broke, and my mana regen based on drinking, just stuck. Yeah, also big smites are cool. But now with the trinkets and the spirit boost, 2300 smite. Oh, yeah. I was gonna write this in the description, but I couldn't find the words and I needed to get going. But like, I think it would be the greatest of all honors if a patch was dedicated to fixing the Layman Smite spec. I know I'm getting a little full of myself here, but I've played a lot of WoW, and there's I know the shaman, certain shaman specs just don't seem to ever run out of mana, but that's situational, and I remember, it seems like it was pretty much just by leveling. I love that you don't have to be facing them to do your Shadow Word Death. And Shadow Word Death is like critical to making this work. Look at the bodies! I'm killing them so much faster than they despawn. Now, to be fair, on a boss fight with no ads, this doesn't do a thing for you. But this is not... God damn it. I think I was getting lucky with my Surge of Light procs when I was out here early. No, I was going for like 15 minutes. Maybe I'm just having a bad stretch now. Yeah, I'm not bothering with my armor buff or anything like that. It's no point. Oh wait, that... I should probably cover it on myself. Okay. Spamming Holy Nova. Yeah, I think I broke WoW. Even spamming something that costs 800 mana instant cast. By the time I get done looting, I'm almost all the way back, and after a couple pulls... Now, to be fair, I used the Shadow Fiend, but, like... It's that's a 5-minute cooldown, and that was kind of the thing with... I'm still incredibly mana efficient, even if it was just like a boss fight. Any boss fight that would go long enough that I might actually have mana problems, and that would only happen if I didn't have like a shaman in the group or a Judgment of Wisdom. If I have a Judgment of Wisdom, I just go it. I basically can't run out. And even in the worst case scenario, I'll be able to last until my Shadow Fiend is up. If I was... Okay, put your bubble up. Yeah, this occurred to me the other night. I'm like, why am I not using Spirit Tap? Doesn't that just, like, double your spirit? Like, briefly? But I didn't know it was 15 seconds. I love it when you get the flashlight proc on the pole. And just, like, take half their health, like, instantly. Yeah, the two trinkets seem to be roughly equivalent to the, oh, these guys have an interrupt. But I do like the welding beam because it doesn't actually interrupt casting. Yeah, time to kill it. I mean, typically it's 4 casts are enough to kill these things, which is, you know, 1.5 seconds or 2 seconds each. So, like 8-second kill time. But a lot of times it'll even go sooner, faster than that. But like never having downtime is just wild. And I know if you run short on the freaking... Get your bubble. If you run, you know, if your Shadow Word Death doesn't quite get them, oh no, I guess I'll just use a Holy Nova. What is that debuff? Ooh, extra 69 fire damage. I'm so concerned about that. Yeah, if it wasn't for the crit, I don't know. I might re-look at Inner Focus, because it's fun, but like, you know, the free aspect of it is getting devalued when you have unlimited mana. Yeah, it feels like I'm like in Azeroth as a 70 killing level 60s. Well, give me one of those 2300 crits. This is a good location, too. This would be hard to test if there weren't enough mobs around. Well, I suppose I've made my point. And then I'm going to go through my gear, because if you... you might think I'm in, like, godlike gear, but I am most certainly not. I will switch back over to the other screen. Oh, oh, not that one. How about this one? And I'll bring up the character sheet. You know, decent blues, but, you know, mostly healing gear still. Blue, blue, blue. Blue, blue, blue. Yeah, that's a nice staff. Epic, epic. Blue, epic, blue, epic, blue, epic, but it's sort of epic. And then, you know, the stuff from Brewfest. And that's all I got. Like, the only stuff out of a raid are this, and I believe this, and the waste. Everything else, and all this quest reward for going into a raid. But this is from Brewfest, and everything else is blue. These are level 61, but I can't seem to replace them. But I'll quickly go through the there's no simple way to describe how you need to build this. It's, I don't know. I want to use the word epigenetic, but it's not the right word. Your main priority is spirit, but not at the cost of damage and healing. So you need damage and healing on every piece that can have it, which is basically every piece. And you don't need to make the distinction whether it's, you know, primarily healing or symmetrical damage and healing, you know, where it's the same amount. On identical pieces, you might want to go for damage, but the thing you really want is that it has damage and healing, has a decent amount of it, for the item, and as much spirit as you can get on each piece as long as you're getting damage and healing. And then don't worry about intellect, don't worry about stamina, don't worry about crit. Those will come. Like, because it'll be on the gear. Although I did, you know, when I was in blues, it did get a little rough getting enough stamina, but as soon as you start seeing epics, they put it in there. And I have put a lot of spell hit on here, but okay, it's not that much. Oh, I'm not in my spell hit gear, huh? But I don't really need it right now. So that's how I end up with, you know, 551 spirit. And then that gets doubled by this. And I get the 50% from that. And the 30% for that. So that's how I can have... What was my mana regen? Like 800 something per second? Or per 5? Or was it over 1,000? It was way up there. It does put you in the position of trying to get the final kill on targets, but before I had Spirit Tap, I was able to hit that pretty consistently running through dungeons anyway, so I don't see that as being much of an issue. Can't wait to try this out. Yeah, on AoE pulls, I'm going to have to make sure to, you know, kill one first, and then I can get that buff. What was it, like 200-300 damage? I should check again, but I'll just scroll back later. Well, this is what I wanted to do. You know what, I was going to try to kill a robot here, just to show how easy that is, but that doesn't really support the thing that this is about, which is, well, the endless mana of the Layman Smite... the endless mana of the Layman Smite build. Yes, I'm naming it because I'm that arrogant, but, you know, since it's an oxymoron... and it's an oxymoronic name, I think I can get away with it. It seems like if people had found this, I'd be seeing it. And a couple of raid guilds I've been exposed to, and people talking and looking for group, it seems like a lot of people still treat the Smite spec like it was in vanilla. And to be fair, it was garbage in vanilla. I tried to make it work, and it was situationally helpful, but too many of the pieces were broken. I've mentioned the Holy Nova was broken. I don't know. I don't think they fixed that till like Lich King. As far as threat. As soon as I have an extra notification here. Or not. Make sure I didn't get comments. I normally don't, but I'm at a slightly different time of day. So yeah. Oh, I should go through these. This is more of a utility thing. That combined with being undead gives... I guess it is just shadow resistance. I thought undead had extra resistance to stun effects already, but it's already nice to have that. You know, just, you know, drop most of the stuff. Huh. But yeah, having that, it's nice. And of course, you know, threat, you don't want that. Situational. I was using this for a while, but 15% of... Oh, let me cover that up. Rank 12 Power Word Shield is 1,265. And this would take it up to a little over 1,400. So it's like... That's 3 points. And again, that's just like 15% off. Like, there's a lot of red herrings in the talent trees where it seems like it does stuff, but it really doesn't. This is what I'm thinking about. 25? I thought they used to be 50. Yeah, I think I'm going to drop that. Not sure where I'm moving it to. I'll figure that out later, but... It's like we like to have shiny buttons to hit that seem like they do things, and we're a lot less critical as to whether they're actually doing anything all that great. Yeah, Holy Nova, you know. So Holy Nova would be something like 900. Basically, it shaves almost 100 mana off of my Holy Nova and all my other instants. And I like this because it's all instants. And this is, you know, Spirit's okay, But this is the one that matters, because if you're a caster and you've got, say, 400 spirit, you just got 40 spell power, or 40 damage and healing. I may relocate this one too. You know what? Maybe I'll figure it out right now what I should do. No, I'll do it another time. Like power infusion seems awesome, but it's a trinket. It's a nice trinket, but it's a trinket. And it's a 6-point trinket, because you can't just click this. You got to get something that's worthless to you. It's like, when I regen, the way I regen, what is 10% more mana to me? It's virtually useless. That's PvP stuff. Reflect. But it'll only reflect what was absorbed, so kind of weak. I do like, I mean, increased spirit is up, but it's only 5%. And you can't get to this without dropping this and some of this. So that's out. And situationally, you know, like I'm sure there's some raids where having pain suppression, it brings in something that doesn't exist anywhere else in the game. So obviously that can have situational value. Like, the reason I was able to kick the crap out of that, you know, the elite robot, or whatever thing that they have up here, is because my renew, like, heals a lot. I mean, I still have a crap load of healing. Especially if, you know, I have the trinkets and the buff. I think if I have the trinkets and the spirit tap at the same time, this is close to 2,000 healing. I think it was like 18 something. So that is nice. And, you know, when you pull aggro and they ignore your fade and, you know, you pop a renew and spam flash heals on yourself, this is nice to keep you alive. And of course this is definitely Lenovo PvP stuff. Seems more like PvP. That a bonus to armor. Most tanks are past the point of diminished returns. Like, you're not getting as much out of an armor increase on a tank as you would someone else, or as far as the amount of damage reduced. So this is really good on things that aren't the tank and don't do a whole lot for the tank. I mean, it does put a buff on them, and it sounds like it's doing something good, but unless you sit down and do the math, you realize, oh wow, so instead of a 51% reduction in physical damage, he's getting a 51.3% reduction. You know, it's like, and range is so useful. That Holy Nova is huge. It's unbelievably huge, and like being able to hit more targets means more flash of light procs, and you know, just hitting more stuff. That is situational. I mean, 50% off is a lot if that's what you're primarily doing. But I'm mostly DPSing now. And, you know, that's a give me for damage. And this is Linchpin. 5% spirit for 1 point. And, you know, you can hook up your group with heals if you do end up dying. Obviously, critical. And crazy interaction. So these are not the critical parts, but you know, hopefully I went through the critical things if you want to try to do this. And here's the cool part. You don't have to get DPS gear. You can just take your actual healing set, go at the spec, and go out and start kicking ass. Now, you're gonna probably want some hit. I've got a few items, like if I have to cast on a raid boss, I am gonna need a little more hit. It was like almost 9. Yeah, you know, almost 13. But, you know, you're still missing. But, you know, when I pushed it up, like, there's this weird hinge point to where it's better to have the spirit than hit. And I think I'm good. Well, I'm the expert Layman. This has been the Layman's Smite Spec. and endless mana demonstrated live on stream. Thank you for watching. You all have a great day.